into misty cobblestone, labyrinth of 16th century Prague. A different kind of magic was brewing, not in the pursuit of gold, but in the dirt. This is the story of Elias Thorne, an alchemist who believed the true philosopher's stone wasn't metal, but a seed. The year was 1594. While his peers chased the dream of turning lead into gold, Elias inhaled the scent of damp loam and crushed basil. His laboratory, a hidden cellar, wasn't a place of sulfur and mercury fumes, but a secret garden illuminated by mirrors, channeling moonlight and sunlight. Elias was searching for a legend, the Lunaria Aeterna, the eternal moonwort. Ancient scrolls claimed this plant could not just heal the body, but repair the very soul. And Prague desperately needed a miracle, a strange sickness. The gray weeping was sweeping through the city, turning skin to ash and breath to rattles. The physicians were powerless. Elias knew that only the green art, the alchemy of plants, held the key. To find the Lunaria, he had to practice Spagyrics, the ancient art of separating a plant's three essentials: its body, its life force, and its soul. He was preparing to awaken a dormant Lunaria seed he'd found encased in amber, a relic from the ruins of Babylon. But this was no ordinary seed. To awaken it, the soil itself had to be alchemically perfected. Elias and his young apprentice, Silas, burned oak branches to create crystalline fertilizer from the ash. They distilled morning dew collected only during the planetary hour of Venus. Elias explained that the Lunaria was a plant of sympathy. It needed love to wake, not force. When they finally planted the seed, the air in the cellar grew heavy, charged with anticipation. Monts passet, the death bells in Prague rang incessantly. Elias barely slept, his eyes fixed on the ceramic pot. Then, on the night of the winter solstice, the soil cracked. A shoot emerged, not green, but a shimmering, translucent silver. The Lunaria lived, but it was a strange life. The plant withered when given water. Frantic. Elias consulted his ancient texts and found a riddle. It drinks only the light of the stars reflected in the tear of the sufferer. He paced the room until he saw his apprentice, Silas, weeping quietly in a corner. The boy's mother was dying from the plague. In that moment, Elias understood. The alchemy wasn't just about plants and minerals. It was about emotion. The plant required a vibration of profound sorrow and empathy to activate its healing properties. It was a sponge for pain. Elias gently collected the boy's tears, mixed them with the Venus-blessed dew, and poured the mixture onto the silver leaves. The plant pulsed. A golden sap began to ooze from its stem, but success attracts shadows. The emperor's chief alchemist, Malachi, obsessed with creating gold, heard whispers of Elias's glowing garden, mistaking the golden sap for molten metal. He sent the imperial guard to seize it. As the heavy boots thundered down the stairs, Elias knew they would destroy the plant in their greedy search for gold, and the city would perish. Silas clutched the pot, terrified. But Elias was calm. "The great work," he said. "The final stage." He grabbed the Lunaria, the only one in existence, and crushed the glowing silver leaves into a mortar. As the guards burst in, Malachi shrieked, "Seize the gold." But Elias didn't surrender. He grabbed a heavy jug of wine and alcohol he'd mixed with the crushed plant. He ran to the ventilation shaft that fed the city's aqueduct system. "You want the gold?" Elias yelled. "Then drink deep." He smashed the jug, sending the glowing liquid rushing into the water supply, carrying the essence of the Lunaria to every fountain and well in the plague-ridden districts. Elias was arrested, accused of poisoning the water. Malachi spent weeks scraping the empty pot, finding nothing but dirt. But outside the prison walls, a miracle was unfolding. The city's water tasted faintly of honey and iron. Those who drank it fell into a deep, healing sleep. By morning, the gray ash flaked from their skin. The coughing stopped. The death bells fell silent. The gray weeping vanished from Prague in 3 days. Elias was never released, but his sentence was commuted. Malachi was disgraced, his obsession with gold proven worthless against the power of a single plant. Years later, Silas, now a master herbalist, returned to the cellar and found his master's journal. The final entry read, "They dig for gold to escape death, not realizing that life is grown, not forged. The true alchemist knows that the garden is the only treasury that matters." Silas had secretly harvested seeds from the Lunaria before it was destroyed. He didn't plant them in Prague. He traveled to the New World, to the wild, untamed forests, planting the secrets of the alchemist's garden deep in the earth, waiting for a future generation to rediscover that the greatest wealth isn't what shines in a vault, but what blooms in the sun. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the forgotten secrets of the past, please like this video and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.